is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. And right now on CBS News Miami, surveillance cameras captured an ICE raid in South Florida. It happened over the weekend. One man says his wife was detained. The raid comes as part of President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner reports from the Immigration and Customs building in Miramar.
Monday morning, this mom paced outside of the U.S. Immigration and Customs building in Miramar.
I'm just waiting on my loved one inside to see if, how it is, because honestly, he missed one of the court dates.
She's waiting on her son, who received a letter in the mail from ICE. She doesn't remember exactly what it said, just one word: deportation. So she drove him here to sort it out.
It's terrible, terrified. I'm very terrified, I'm just hoping for the best for my loved one and everyone else.
From Jamaica, she said her and her son came here legally, but she understands why some choose not to wait.
Sometimes they don't have a choice, Sometimes they want to get away from the chaos that's going on. Sometimes they're in danger, their family in danger.
The increase in raids does make her anxious. According to ICE, thousands of migrants have been arrested over the past 4 days, including nearly 1,000 on Sunday alone, some of them right here in South Florida. One of those raids was captured on camera on Sunday in Brownsville. The man whose camera captured it told us his wife was taken during the raid.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything's good. He just came in and snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
And that was Morgan Reiner reporting. Florida Republican lawmakers appear to be following the Trump administration's lead on immigration. State lawmakers convened for a special session that Governor DeSantis called for, but they rebuked him by unveiling their own immigration plan and sticking to Trump's plans, not the governor's. Leaders are proposing stripping DeSantis of his authority to enforce immigration, suggesting giving the power to the agricultural commissioner.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside this week, very different than the last. Next Weather meteorologist Shane Hinton joins us now. So glad to see the return of the sunshine.
Ooh, let me tell you, and me both, Naja. I mean, and thankfully, we get to keep this gorgeous weather all week long, but we'll see some small changes here and there throughout the week. Right now, you can see temperatures sitting in the lower to mid 70s across all of South Florida. As we make our way into the evening, temperatures will be fairly comfortable, even mild, which is seasonable for this time of year, but we could see some patchy fog start to develop. I don't think it's going to be too dense out there, but just something I want to make you aware of for the rest of the week. Pretty warm and quiet, and then as we make our way into the weekend, we'll be tracking the potential for some isolated showers. Now, the good news is I'm not concerned with any shower potential for tonight. If you are someone who is heading out for dinner, or maybe you just have some outdoor plans, maybe you even want to get that jog in. Look at this, fantastic conditions to do so. Temperatures drop into the upper 60s by around 9 o'clock this evening. Now, here's that fog tracker we've been talking about. Like I mentioned, maybe a little bit of patchy fog. I think most of us are going to be in the clear here. The highest potential will actually be further inland. You can see by around 2 in the morning, maybe 3 to 4 miles of visibility in Homestead. For my friends in the Keys, I'm not showing you right now because you are expected to stay pretty clear as we head through the overnight period, and then by tomorrow morning, you'll be good to go for that morning commute. Temperatures you'll wake up to in the mid to upper 50s, maybe even lower 60s for some. I think maybe Key West will be trending the warmest at around the mid 60s tomorrow afternoon. I think it's going to be very similar to today, but just maybe a little bit more sunshine, something to be mindful of if you're going to be spending time outdoors. Don't forget that sunscreen, as that UV index is going to be higher. As we take a look at tomorrow's afternoon highs, upper 70s to lower 80s, actually trending a little bit above average. Now, I do think the numbers in Key West and Marathon, you're going to be warming up a little bit. Some of the models have been a little wonky a little bit further to the south. If you're spending tomorrow out on the beach, I don't blame you. It's going to be gorgeous. Upper 60s for that water temperature, though, so it will be on the cooler side. And once again, be mindful of that UV index and the high rating, so you'll definitely want to utilize that sunscreen. Let's walk you through the rest of the week here, okay? Not a lot of changes from tomorrow all the way as we lead up into the weekend. Now, as we make our way toward Friday, you will notice it'll get a bit breezier. That wind shifts from the southeast at about 15 to 20 miles per hour, so that's what I call, Naja, a little bit of an extra hairspray day, okay? As we make our way into the weekend, clouds build in, temperatures make it into the lower 80s, and then we'll see a 10% chance for some isolated showers start to sneak in here ahead of a possible cold front. I don't see much of a a temperature change, though, but I will be mindful of the fact that we do have that isolated potential from Saturday all the way into Monday. Naja?
Definitely looking forward to that warm-up. Thanks for keeping us prepared, Shane. Miami-Dade County man accused of shooting and killing his tenant is being held without bond. 37-year-old Adam Anson is charged with second-degree murder and armed burglary with assault. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office says Anson was armed with a semi-automatic pistol. They say he forced his way into his tenant's efficiency to adjust the thermostat. Deputies say Anson then punched 57-year-old Carlos Gonzalez unprovoked, dragged him outside, and then shot him multiple times in the head. Investigators say Anson then adjusted the thermostat, returned to his home, and then called 911. Anson claims that he shot Gonzalez in self-defense. Detectives with the Broward Sheriff's Office are investigating a deadly shooting. It left a man dead on the southbound lanes of I-95 in Oakland Park. Deputies say they received a call about a shooting shortly after 6 o'clock last night. Multiple agencies responded to the scene. They found a man shot in the neck. He was rushed to a local hospital where he died. The shooting shut down I-95 southbound from Cypress Creek Road to Oakland Park Boulevard for more than 3 hours. Traffic backed up for miles, but now that road is reopened. It is unclear if any arrests have been made or what led to the shooting. Miami-Dade Mayor Danielle Levine Cava has scrapped plans to rebuild an incinerator, and this is amid the debate over where to build that facility. As you might recall, the one in Doral burned down in 2023. An incinerator has been proposed in several cities around our area, and that has led to ongoing protests over environmental and health issues. The company StreetLeaf is kicking off its Shine on Florida initiative today. The goal is to keep you out of the dark during hurricane season. Shine on Florida is a call to action to push HOAs, home builders, and local governments to rethink the local infrastructure. When requested, the company is installing solar-powered streetlights in local neighborhoods. The lights are able to withstand Category 5 hurricanes, and with hurricane season now about 5 months away, the company is working to get the lights up quickly.
We're promising to deploy our solar power streetlights anywhere in the state within 90 days of the request. And that's really important because we've seen just from this past damage of the hurricanes in 2024, streetlights and just general infrastructure is still not being repaired as we come into 2025. And we really just want to promote pushing out resilient infrastructure as quickly as possible ahead of the next hurricane season.
StreetLeaf has installed more than 8,000 solar-powered lights across Florida. We are following the very latest in the battle between Jimmy Butler and the Heat. He returns tonight from his second suspension this month. Butler is expected to play against the Magic, but we are waiting for the coach to announce tonight's lineup. Butler was suspended the last 2 games after missing a team flight to Milwaukee last week. He wants to be traded, and Miami says it's trying to work that out. We are watching the developments live from the Kaseya Center tonight on CBS News Miami at 5. A new concern for people in Southern California hit by the wildfires, and it's not just fires. What else they're facing when we come back. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. A West Palm Beach man accused of making threats against President Trump is expected back in court next month. West Palm Beach police arrested 46-year-old Shannon Atkins on Friday. Officials received a tip to the FBI's National Threat Operations Center. Atkins allegedly posted the threat on Facebook. He faces 1 felony count of written or electronic threats to kill, do bodily injury, or conduct a mass shooting or act of terrorism. Parts of Los Angeles County are preparing for a new threat. Fire crews are desperately digging trenches. The fire-damaged region faces possible flooding and mudslides. A group of National Guardsmen who were called to help fight the fires are now creating giant ditches to hold water ahead of thunderstorms and heavy rain.
There's nothing left holding the soil in place. So even 1 drop of rain will come down 7 times faster than it typically would have prior to this fire.
For 16 days this month, firefighters have battled about 10 different fires. Flooding is also a concern, and it could cause a whole new issue when it comes to insurance claims. Insurance experts say basic home policies do not cover flooding. Many schools were canceled today because of the dangerous weather conditions. TikTok's parent company has received a proposal for its U.S. operation. According to a person familiar with the deal, a San Francisco-based AI company is proposing a merger. It would allow the U.S. government to own up to a 50% stake in the social media's U.S. business app. It comes after TikTok was taken down for a few hours last week due to a U.S. law banning the app. The app returned before President Donald Trump signed an executive order delaying the ban for a few months. It is the start of tax filing season. The deadline, as you know, is April 15th. The agency's direct file program will also be open in 25 states, including Florida. It allows those eligible to file their taxes directly with the IRS for free. This year, some filers may also get a separate check from the IRS in the next several weeks. The agency is sending money to 1 million people who are eligible for the 2021 Recovery Rebate Credit and didn't claim it on their taxes that year. Nearly 19 million Americans are expected to go on cruise vacations this year, but passenger growth is likely to cool off after seeing a boom post-pandemic. That is according to new data released today by AAA. Passenger volume this year is projected to grow 4.5% from 2024. That's when 18.2 million Americans went on cruises. Despite the slowing growth, 2025 is expected to be a third straight year of record cruise passenger volume. And that does it for your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.